We carry a quiet belief that our goodness alone can reshape the people we meet, that if we just love hard enough, we can melt the coldest heart. But what if kindness without clear vision isn't a gift, but an invitation to be wounded? There is a timeless lesson hidden in the embers of a forest fire, a story about a traveler who confused compassion with naivety and paid a price that forever changed how he saw the world. Today, we walk that path to discover why your peace must be protected, even from those who weep the loudest. A man was journeying home during a season of relentless drought. The earth was cracked, the air thick with heat. His eyes caught a plume of smoke curling from a dry ravine. His legs carried him towards the danger, driven by a force he couldn't name. As he got closer, he saw a ring of fire had encircled a massive ancient oak. And there, coiled on a lower branch, was a magnificent serpent, its scales shimmering with iridescent colors even through the haze. The snake wasn't hissing with menace. It was making a pitiful, desperate sound. The creature's voice, when it spoke, was soft as velvet. "Good traveler, please. The heat is climbing, and I am trapped. I have watched so many pass today. Some threw rocks, others just laughed. But you stopped. You see my fear, not my fangs. Please, carry me down to the safety of the green banks across the trail." The man felt a familiar tug in his chest, the pull of pity. But he was also a child of the village, taught to respect the boundaries between man and wild. A kind heart is a compass, but wisdom is the map that keeps it from getting lost. He hesitated, keeping his distance. "I want to help," the man admitted, his voice rough from the smoke. "But your nature is to strike. If I reach for you, I risk my life. That is the way of things." The snake lowered its head, its eyes glistening. "How could I ever harm the one who grants me my life?" it whispered. "If you save me, I will be bound to you in gratitude forever. My venom will be sealed, my spirit calm. I only ask you to see me for who I am in this moment, not for what my ancestors were. The world judges me by my skin. You are the only one with eyes that see the soul within. Please don't let me burn for the sins of other serpents." The man stood there, a battlefield raging in his mind. The voice of logic, the echo of his grandfather's warnings, told him to turn and walk away. But the snake's words were like a key turning in a lock, opening a door labeled hope. He looked at its beautiful, desperate eyes and chose to believe. He couldn't save everyone, but surely he could save this one. He found a long, forked branch and carefully extended it. The snake wound itself around the wood, and the man gently guided it away from the sparks. He then opened his leather satchel, and the snake slithered inside. He carried the bag close to his chest, protecting it from falling embers as he navigated through the smoke. He walked until the fire was a distant memory, until he reached a pristine meadow where a cool stream cut through the grass. This was a sanctuary. He knelt, feeling the pride of a savior, and opened the satchel wide. "You are safe now, friend," he said with a gentle smile. In that exact moment, the snake's head darted forward. Its fangs sank into the soft flesh of the man's hand. The man stumbled back, a cold shock numbing his arm. He sank onto a mossy rock, his face a mask not of rage, but of devastating heartbreak. "Why?" He breathed, his voice cracking. "I was the only one. Everyone else walked past, but I stayed. I carried you against my heart. I saved you from the flames. You looked into my eyes and promised me peace. I chose to believe you. I chose you. Why would you do this?" His question hung in the air, heavy and raw. The snake, already half hidden in the tall grass, paused. It turned its head, its gaze cold and ancient. "You are a good man," it said, its voice devoid of malice, simply stating a fact. "But you forgot a fundamental truth. I am a snake. You cannot save me from 1,000 fires and expect my nature to dissolve. I didn't bite you out of anger. I bit you because that is what I am. You knew my kind when you picked me up. You tried to rewrite the laws of the wild because you wanted to be the hero of the story. The snake vanished into the weeds, leaving the man alone with the poison spreading through his veins, and a far more potent poison spreading through his mind, the realization that his hope had been a fantasy. We are all that traveler, aren't we? We meet people whose history is written in broken trust and unkindness. We see the fire around them, their loneliness, their struggles, their self-inflicted chaos. We tell ourselves a seductive story. They will be different with me. My love will be the thing that finally changes them. We must understand that some people don't want to be saved from the fire. They just want someone to sit in it with them. They show you the flames to elicit your rescue, not because they seek transformation, but because they seek comfort while remaining exactly who they are. When you pour yourself into fixing someone predisposed to betrayal, you are not a healer. You are volunteering to be a casualty. Real compassion must be escorted by wisdom. You can be the most generous soul on earth and still have the strength to say no to someone who is a threat to your spirit. People broadcast their nature early. If someone speaks of others with cruelty, they will eventually speak of you with cruelty. If someone takes endlessly without reciprocity, they will drain you too. This isn't a personal vendetta. It is their nature at play. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. But picking someone back up and putting them close to your heart again, that is a choice. Think of it like this. A thorn bush cannot produce sweet berries, no matter how rich the soil or how much sunlight you give it. A thorn bush will always be a thorn bush. If you grab it, you will bleed. This doesn't mean the bush is evil. It means you should not expect it to be soft. If you want sweet berries, you must find a berry bush. If you want loyalty, you must find a person whose core is built on truth. Your kindness is a precious resource. Do not spend it on those whose nature is to deplete it. Protect your meadow. If this story has stirred something in you, please consider subscribing to Daily Tale Dose. Your click helps these small flames of wisdom reach others who need them. If you have ever met a snake in your life, if you've learned this lesson the hard way, leave the word discernment in the comments. Let's build a community where we keep our hearts open, but our eyes wide.